Welcome back to episode 24 of Let's Play Geoguessr. We'll get right into it with our usual 2-minute time limit on the entire world, and you can find the challenge link below this video in the description. Let's see the world. Housing estate. A boat on the driveway. We must be close to lake or ocean. Okay, let's try and get out of this housing estate onto a more major road, perhaps. They're driving on the left. Interesting. So where would that put us? Maybe we are in the suburbs of an Australian city, perhaps? What does that say? Harty Road, Beatty Street. Okay, what does that say? Southern Adelaide Regional Office. Well, Southern Adelaide. So that gets us somewhere. Can we find something like a street name or something in our remaining minute of time to get us even closer? What's the name of that primary school? Flinders Park Primary School. Can we find, is that the name of a suburb? Flinders Park. Because if we can find that, we know we're in Southern Adelaide. Flinders Park. Flinders Park. Okay, we've got about 40 seconds here. We could still get something out of this. Of course, it could be one of these little tiny patches of green here. There's no guarantee that we're going to find anything here, but yeah, this is very telegenic, me just looking over a map, looking for the name of a place while I try and concentrate, but I don't think we're going to find it. Flinders Park, Flinders Park. There are a lot of parks, but I don't see Flinders. So, 4 seconds, let's just put ourselves down here in Southern Adelaide. 6.3 miles. We should have gone... it was actually a little north of the Adelaide label there. But that's fine. We still got very, very close. 4,967 points for that round, which is a very lucky start. Let's go on to round 2. Well, this is where we lose all the advantage that we just gained in round 1, because we have a dirt track and low-resolution imagery. Australia, it is something that I normally jump to when I see stuff like this, but it's not necessarily true. We could be anywhere in America or in certain areas of America, or we could be in Africa. Sometimes when I'm half convinced we're in Australia, it turns out that we're in South Africa or Botswana or somewhere around there. All we do really know here is that we are on a dirt track. There are trees and there are plains beyond the trees, or fields. It does look cultivated, I think. I think I saw sort of the furrows of ploughs there. Maybe it's hard to... Yeah, okay, so it is cultivated. Rather than just like a desert or something. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but I can't think what I am. What I do mean. Well, all we can look at here, even if we see a sign, we're not going to be able to read it at this fidelity, but... what was that? Was there a junction there? We're not going to be able to read the sign at this fidelity, but we can just look at the sort of macro features here. We do have a crossroads here. Let's see. The fidelity of the imagery down, turning 90 degrees off that road that we were on, is not improved in the slightest. It looks pretty green. Let's put us down in New South Wales, Australia. It's a wild guess. Okay, we were actually really close to Adelaide there again, where we should have been. On this peninsula here, that's two within only a few miles of one another, but we, I guess, wasn't too far off. Considering we weren't even sure about the country. 3,000 points for that round 2. On then to number 3, and we have lots of palm trees in glorious high definition. Okay, what my first feeling when I saw this is maybe we are in Hawaii. I have no idea whether that is true, but that's what I'm going on in the absence of anything else. What does the sign say there? Push, biofoam, agroscience. Can't see any place names on there. Okay, I mean, no, I have no idea. 40 kilometers per hour. So that's not a US style sign. It doesn't. I don't think it's a Canadian style sign either. Problem is, I don't know what style of sign that is. Well, this is a tricky one. What is this thing carrying? Other than people. And what does it say on the side there? No, I can't read that writing there. Let's see, what does that sign say there? No, nothing that we can read there either. 43 seconds until we, unless we can find something we can read that's going to clue us in. Ah, okay, so that looks like Spanish. There's distant mountains there. Well, I'm pretty certain we're not in Hawaii at this point, but I don't think we're in Spain either, not with all those palm trees, so maybe we are in Mexico. Or somewhere. Let's... what does that say? Can we... Right, okay, Rancho Primaveras. Well, the best I can do, I think, is put us in Mexico somewhere, so let's try that. Well, right country, about 200 miles out, and we should have been out here on the coast. But 4,000 points for that round 3 keeps us on track for a pretty good score. Well, yeah, this is really going to torpedo that. This is a dramatically lit, very sort of spaghetti western style landscape. It's pretty impressive, but I don't think we're going to really get anything out of this. Now, the best thing we can hope for is perhaps to see a car. What did that say? Oh, hang on. Ah, no, this is the United States, isn't it? There is a sign here that's probably, now it's very hard to make out that shape, but it's probably the shape of a state. If we just look around the states, it looks as though what we're seeing here is got a sort of rectangle with some shape, a regular shape cut out of the bottom left. If we can see a state that is that shape, then maybe we get to look out and get somewhere. And we can see those state shapes on the map, of course. It's none of the ones that I've seen so far, though. One of the things that could complicate matters is sometimes the X and Y scaling on that scale map there is not quite... I don't know why I'm looking up that in the northeast United States. This is clearly not that, is it? It could be Arizona. I mean, it's hard. It's very hard to tell this shape. It's not Nevada, unless it is. And there's something. It looks as though there's something sticking out here, doesn't it? Okay. Well, the state shape idea just hasn't panned out. I'm going to put us down in that sort of region there. Okay, we were in Nevada. I couldn't have recognized that from the shape. Maybe there was a red herring, that shape thing. Got really lucky there, though, with proximity, given that I was just sort of going sort of southwest central United States inland somewhere. We were only 156 miles away on Nevada Route 50 somewhere. 4,243 points for that 4th round. Here's the 5th and final. We have 16,276, which means if we do particularly well on this 5th round, we get to break 20,000. From what I can see, though, that may be difficult because this looks like a difficult 5th round. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of Right, a lot of hand-painted signs or advertisements, I should say, for businesses. I do like this actually. There's when you see it looks as though we're in South America, and often in Geoguessr you see these amazing hand-painted signs everywhere. There seems to be a tradition that just has completely died out well, certainly in this country, of doing these incredibly clear hand-painted hoardings and things. We just print stuff, and it doesn't have anywhere near as much craft or charm to it. Well, there's a lot of phone numbers and things. I would guess we're in Mexico, but I don't know. We could be in Brazil. Wow. Well, how to tell the difference? I'm sure there are many, many obvious methods, of which I'm ignorant of all of them, because we're in this sort of small town here, and they're not going to write the name of the country on anything. Probably because people would pretty much assume, well, they'd assume that that was already known. I think it looks as though that might, it's hard to see, but I think we're in Brazil, because I think these little blue marker signs are a sign of being in Brazil. What does that say? Okay, right, there's a town. Okay, we just have to drop a pin quickly. In Brazil, quickly. Well, that was an incredibly zoomed out guess, but I had nothing to go on particularly anyway. We were in the east of Brazil. We got less than 2,000 points for that last one. In the town of Sousa. Missed by about 1,000 miles. So let's take a look at the summary. That puts us on 18,074 points. We had 4 good rounds there, just one at the end, not so good. On the scoreboard, we can see that that's 5th place in all the episodes so far. Well, if you played along, I hope you had fun. Share your scores in the comments, and I'll see you next time for another round of Let's Play Geoguessr. Thanks for watching.